everyone, this is Melissa and I'm the talkative introvert. Before we get into the episode, I wanted to prepare you guys. Unfortunately, when I record the episode, I messed up on the audio. We had to do the episode through Skype since Patrick doesn't live in California, and I forgot to change the audio settings. So we were on webcam and I ended up using the mic on my webcam and not my podcast mic, like actual microphone. So the audio on our side is pretty bad. So I apologize for that. But Patty's audio sounds pretty good and he does do most of the talking anyways. So hopefully it's not too distracting. Also, to be completely transparent, Brandon wouldn't do the podcast unless we took a couple of shots to calm his nerves, and I don't really drink, so I'm a bit of a lightweight. Anyways, I had to cut some stuff out, but hopefully it still flows pretty well. I'll interject here and there, but who knows, maybe you wouldn't have noticed if I didn't say anything. But let's get into the episode.
Welcome back to the podcast. We're joined again by Patrick DeGuzman and by my husband Brandon. If you are a first-time listener, then you don't know who they are. But if you've been listening, they're joining us again for this episode, and we're going to talk about collections and what we collect and why we collect them and all that good stuff. Hey, Patty.
Hey, Melissa. Hey, Brandon. Hi. Hi.
So this episode is an idea from Patrick, sorry. I call him Patty, whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So why did you want to talk about collections?
Well, we've always been interested in collecting things. Like, I know Brandon likes to collect video game memorabilia and like old trading card games like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. And since like COVID and stuff, I started like increasing like the stuff I started to collect. Like I used to have like Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Pokemon games, and now like lately it's been just shoes, a lot of shoes. So it kind of made me think about it though, because like a lot of people who you don't expect to collect things are like collect like secret stuff, like the stuff they like to hide, like pop figures or like magic cards or whatever. But I was just curious to like what you guys thought about it.
And then FYI for the listeners, there's people screaming over at Patty's place in the background, so just ignore them.
Yeah, I can't control them. I tried closing the window. I tried adjusting the settings on the microphone, and for some reason that high pitch just keeps getting through.
It's okay. Don't worry. But yeah, that's cool. Collections. We don't really collect a whole lot of things, but I am pretty interested in what you collect, Patty, because you collect shoes. And are they like specific shoes?
I'm what they'd perceive me as a sneakerhead because I have a majority of Jordans. I have some like New Balances.
New Balance? Is that what you said, New Balance?
Well, I would say as a general term, I collect shoes. So I have anything from your Jordans to like your Adidas NMDs, your Yeezys, your New Balances, and it's just overall I just collect a bunch of different shoes, and I just think I like specific colors and specific styles, and lately it's kind of fun to match like different clothes with like different shoes. Like I have a pair of shoes that are just all pink with like black, and I had to go out and like look for clothes for it. And I just think it's I think it's fun. Like I was saying, I have like a pair of like all pink shoes, and it was just fun to like go figure out what I wanted to wear with them and just buy different stuff to match it, and just to see like get like reactions and stuff from like friends. Most of the reactions I get is from my girlfriend, so she either tells me it looks good or it looks okay, but most of the time it's really good.
So she likes it.
Yeah, I kind of got her into collecting shoes. Like,
oh, really?
Day, yeah, I had at the time maybe like 10 pairs, and then one day she was like, "Oh, I really like what these look like," and so now she actually has she has more shoes than me.
Are they
Which
the
is-
same kind?
Yeah, she has like hype shoes, but she also has like shoes that people don't really consider to be, and I'll put this in quotes, like hype. Like for some reason in the community, people don't like Jordan 1 mids or anything mid or lows kind of, but like mids, when people hear that, they're like, I don't like that. And so they go for a little bit cheaper depending on what style or what collab they're doing. And for her, for instance, she loves her mids, which is good for me because they're cheaper, and that's fine. So one day I just came home and she had like ordered 2 pairs of shoes at once, and it just kept coming and coming and coming. Once a week she'd have a new pair of shoes, and I thought that was crazy. And so then she became even a bigger sneakerhead than me.
So what got you into the actual like collecting? Because I know like when you were here, like back home, you didn't used to collect stuff. I don't remember you collecting shoes.
So I actually the reason why I started collecting was, so my buddy Livingston, or Keandre, he was into shoes, and we went to the store one time, or went to the mall. We were just walking around. I was like telling him, you know, I don't think I could ever pull off wearing Jordans. And he just looks at me and he goes, man, who cares what people think? Just buy it and wear it. I think they look good. And so one weekend, we went back to the mall, and I bought a pair of mids, crazy enough. And like ever since then, I've just kind of liked shoes. And then I started thinking about it, and after like maybe, honestly, it took me 2 years to actually start getting into heavy collecting, because I bought my first pair in November of 2018, and then I didn't buy my second pair until May of 2020. And so after that, I just liked looking at the shoes, and I would show you guys my wall. I'll show you guys my walls later, but I made a whole little entrance to my apartment that if you walk in and take a left, all you see is just my shoes, like showing, and it's really cool. And you could use it as the photo, and I'll take like a little picture with it, for the Instagram.
Yeah, send that to me.
But yeah, that's
Is that like your Animal Crossing house?
Exactly like that. Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah. I forgot I showed you guys that. Yeah. Hey, you gotta let Animal Crossing me match real me, I got the shoe collection there too.
Yeah, send me that and I'll put that in my Instagram page.
Did the shoes come as a leaf?
What was that?
Did the shoes come as a leaf when you buy them?
The leaf.
For your TV?
Bro, I wish. You know how easy it would be to transfer things? You know how much easier it would be for me to collect things if everything just turned into a leaf that I could put in my pocket? That'd be cool. So
since you started like collecting, how many pairs of shoes do you have now?
So I put at a halt. I had to slow down because I was moving, so I couldn't have too many pairs of shoes because of space. But right now I have about 35 to 40, but I've sold a lot in the last few.
Holy crap, you got 35 pairs?
Yeah, I have 35 pairs of shoes.
I was not expecting that number because this is a fairly new collection that you've started, right?
Yeah, I would say my collection started picking up momentum like, I would say September of last year, like after my birthday, because my girlfriend had got me the Jeff Staple Pigeon Dunks, the black version, because the actual version would go for like $30,000. And so like that's another reason why people like to collect too, because not only is this a hobby of like collecting, but it's also like a job, because people just all they do is they buy shoes and they resell them. So like that's kind of like why I started at first, was to kind of just like get some I put in air quotes investments. Like I've probably spent about $7,000 on all my shoes, but my collection goes for like 11. So if I wanted to sell it, obviously there's some I've taken some like loss on, but there's others that have made up for it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, okay, so the last time we were talking, you were talking about shoe meat. Remember that? And everyone was like, what the hell is a shoe meat? So what is a shoe meat?
A shoe meet, well, to put it into terms that I know you would understand, it's like going to a car meet, but everybody just shows off their shoes, and they sell their shoes. It's just like a kind of a way to like
convention or something.
Yeah, kind of, but like they actually have conventions like SneakerCon. It's one of the big companies that they do conventions for. Another one's Complex. Like there's a bunch of different companies.
Complex, like the journal. I don't know if you call them like a journal news source. But,
What? What's Complex?
Complex. They do like a.
They do journalism.
Yeah, but based on. Not really sure.
Is it like different niches, or is it just like cars or something?
They do journalism based off of like things that are in the now. Like they have people who go around doing celebrities. They have people for shoes. Like they have like anything that's kind of like the hot topic right now in like this
like
celebrity. Yeah, that's like that's the perfect word. It's like whatever's a fad right now. But I know
so
Complex.
It's like that Parks and Rec where like it no longer is, it was.
Kind of. I think.
Yeah.
I've shown you some Complex videos before.
Okay, I don't remember.
I don't really know how to describe what they cover exactly, but Patrick kind of explained it.
Okay. Patty, you're on mute. Yeah, you're on mute. Press it again.
How about
There you
now?
go. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't want them to hear me slurping on my water, but yeah, but just for like easier term, like just for like an easy way to describe it, it's Complex. They just pretty much do like news now that in regard to like fashion hype and just like stuff like that. And I just follow them mostly for their shoes because they have like this segment where they like talk to celebrities and take them to like a shoe. They take them to like a shoe store and pretty much do what we're doing now, like how you started, why you do it. Yeah, and then they just go out and they go out and buy shoes. And the thing I like about it too is they don't have specific celebrities. They'll interview everyone. Like I've seen Steve-O on there. I saw Adam Levine on there. Like it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's pretty much all the. Well, going back to what we were talking because we kind of like stirred it off, but
the shoe meet.
Shoe meet is like people just go around because like I said, a lot of people are resellers, or a lot of people just like to unload some of their shoes. So what they do is like they'll check the community, and some communities will host like a shoe meet, and they're like you'll like reserve a table, you put up all the shoes you want to sell, and you just pretty much sell shoes, trade shoes, talk shoes. It's just literally everything that you can do with shoes. I'm ready when you are.
So we were talking. Sorry to everyone. We had to take a little break, but we were talking about shoe meets. So you go to shoe meets. What's the whole thing about shoe meets? Because like I was super curious about what that is and what you do.
Do you remember Panda? The guy you guys met at one of the shoe meets. He had the blue Scion with the airbags.
Probably. Oh yeah.
Oh, Joe.
No.
Yeah. Was it Joe? Smorkin Panda. That was his name.
Oh, that's Joe.
Was that Joe?
Yeah.
Okay, that was, yeah.
Yeah, like you know how like when I met him there, and so like the biggest thing I get from these shoe meets is I get to meet really cool people.
You met Joe at a shoe meet?
I met him at a car meet. That's what I meant. Like I met him at a car meet. I was trying to compare it. Like so like that experience. That's kind of how it is. Like when I go to these shoe meets, is I meet somebody. And it's so nice to hear their story, how they like came up from shoes, and just like honestly, a lot of the people I've dealt with, luckily, because there are some pretty shitty people out there who are sneakerheads, but a lot of the ones I've met are pretty nice, and they're really cool people. So that's kind of like what the shoe meet is. It's just
like-minded individuals coming together for one common interest.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. That's pretty much what the shoe meet is. It's just like whatever, like, you got so many different hobbies, and this is the one I go to.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So at the shoe meets, it's just like, okay, obviously there's a bunch of people who like the same shoes, but it's also like, what the hell are you doing, Patty? Okay, but it's also a bunch of like people who also swap, right? Because you were talking about swapping.
Yeah.
You like swap shoes and stuff.
Yeah. There's a lot of the
equal
time.
value.
Yes.
Otherwise,
Equal.
cash on the top.
Yep. We can. A lot of trading gets done at these events. But usually when you trade, the person that, because like if you, let's say I have a shoe that you want and I'm not trying to trade it, I'm trying to sell it, like you're gonna trade me whatever you want, and I'm gonna be the one who goes usually on top with these deals, because a lot of the time it's like I'm pushing to try and get that shoe. Like I've traded a pair of shoes that I didn't wear anymore. I bought them at first. I was super excited about them. Then I realized, man, I've only worn these twice. So I traded it to this dude who really wanted them. And he gave me like 3 pairs of shoes for it. So I was like, okay. Yeah, so it's like it's like business in a sense. I don't do it as business, but because I honestly am tired of dealing with people via the selling, but I like talking to them and hearing stories. But I'm trying not to sell anymore. I'm trying to just more like collect the shoes and only sell them if I need to.
That way.
Yeah.
Yeah, not worrying about the business aspect of things is great, and just like enjoying the actual artwork of the shoes and just growing my collection is like my favorite thing to do right now.
So do you wear all the shoes that you buy, that you collect?
Yeah, so I do actually I'm gonna say this, I wear 99% of the shoes I buy.
Okay.
Yeah, there's that 1% where like if I'll buy it at first, or I'll buy it in a group, and then I'm like, I feel like somebody would appreciate this more than me, so then like I'll either sell it to them or trade it to them. But I've worn almost every single pair of shoes I got. Right now I have 3 pairs of shoes that I haven't worn, only because I'm just waiting for the right time to wear them. Kaylee, on the other hand, she'll wear them out the store every time. Yeah.
I would.
Yeah, she'll buy them and she'll be like, yeah, my shoes came in, and then a few hours later we'll be going out to dinner or going out to like grab something from the store, and she's already wearing them. And I'm like, I compliment her every time. I'm like, it's good to see you actually wear your shoes. It's like buying guns and actually shooting them.
Nice that you guys share a common hobby interest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, because I remember one of our really good friends on island. Her name is Jessica. She's been collecting since she was in middle school, I think. About 2009. She's been collecting since then. And she has shoes. She says she has full storage units of shoes. Like,
dang.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's a real collector.
Exactly. And she's like, yeah, we have too many shoes. They have to go to the storage to go get shoes. And I think that's crazy. Do I want to be like that? Hell yeah. But I want the storage to be in my house. Like, I want a whole.
You should talk to my mom then.
Yeah. So this is where I impose a question. Would you say your mom collects shoes, or does she buy shoes just to have them?
Honestly, I don't know. She's talked about it being more. It sounds more like it's a collection, because she'll buy them and never wear them, and they still have tags on them.
She's got stuff from the 80s.
Yeah, that still have tags on them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember when we were moving into the Woodmore Oaks house, or no, the Walnut house. The Walnut house, and we were moving your mom's shoes, and we were like, dang, have these even been worn? And your mom was like, no, these haven't. And like, she had so many pairs of shoes.
Yeah, she's got like that subscription service where they send her shoes every month.
What's it called? Yeah. Shoe Dazzle?
Shoe Dazzle.
Shoe Dazzle.
Yeah, I don't know. I've asked her about that before, and she says shoes and purses are her hobby.
See,
I guess it's a similar thing.
And that's kind of why I wanted to get into like this topic of like does being on the spectrum of an introvert or an extrovert, like, does that affect how we collect things? Like, when You know what I mean? Like, do you think an introvert collects more than an extrovert? Because your mom is definitely like extrovert. Yeah, she's definitely an extrovert, but like she collects a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's an introvert extrovert like spectrum. I think it's more just like your personality and like.
Yeah, everyone has something they like to collect or have a hobby over.
Yeah.
Whether it be shoes or dolls or collecting. Some people like to collect hair or something or some weird stuff or toenail clippings.
Yeah, because I was talking to Brandon about it earlier. I was like, I don't collect things personally because like on a rational like mindset, like I just don't have the funds to really collect things. But if like if we took money out of it, I feel like both extroverts and introverts would have something to collect. And I was talking to Brandon, I was like, so if money wasn't a problem, what would you collect? I'm like, what would you collect?
Guns.
Like just all firearms?
Yeah. See, like, if I like collecting shoes, but I remember I used to collect like pop figures too, and then I used to sell those, and then I like been progressively shifting in my collecting of things. I used to collect cards, pop figures, I think cards again, and then I ended up collecting shoes. And honestly, I love collecting shoes because it's so cool to just walk out with a different pair. Like I can wear a different pair of shoes every day for a whole month. I don't know. I just think that's so cool. I don't know.
So
It's
what
weird.
about it, like though, like, because there's so many things you can collect, right? So
Mhm.
like, what is it about shoes? Like, other than you can wear a different pair every day, like, what is it about shoes that made you like gravitate towards it and you want to collect it more? And like the different types of shoes.
Honestly, it was the look, the look of the shoe, like the way that the shoes look. I think I think like certain pairs of shoes are beautiful. I'm like, damn, these are amazing. Honestly, the way shoes look is kind of influences like which ones I want to get. That's kind of why I get into it.
I feel like it's a hard question to ask because how do you? I can't really tell you why I would collect something. Do.
I know, but like, what attracts you to it? Like, why do you like it so much? You know, like, why do you like firearms so much? Like, what?
I don't know.
Other than like firearms, like, how come you didn't pick like guitars or like your other hobbies, like woodcraft and whatever? Like, why firearms? Is it like the beauty of it, the technician of it, or like?
I don't really know how to answer that. It's just some sort of fascination that I don't know where or why.
I know one of the reasons why I think I collected a lot of shoes was because when I was younger, I had like maybe one or two pairs of shoes I would wear for like the whole year, you know. I would go to the mall and buy a pair of shoes every 6 months because, you know, there was 4 of us and it was expensive buying $100 shoes for all of us. Now that I'm older, I'm like, there's certain things that I wanted when I was a kid that I kind of wanted now. And I feel like shoes was just such a closed off one to me that now that I'm like able to do it, and now that I've actually like looked into it, done the research, watched the videos, actually like appreciated the shoes, I'm like, you know what? I'm sticking with it. I like it. I keep saying I'm gonna sell my whole collection just because I don't know, just some days I just feel like I want to get rid of all of it, but then I look at it like another day and I'm like, yeah, I can't get rid of all of it. I don't know. I think it's definitely a psychological thing with me with these shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like some sort of attachment that you can't explain.
Yeah.
Yeah, like me and Brandon used to make weapons in his garage, like, you know, as kids, and now that we're adults, you know, we want to play with weapons, you know, so
Brandon, to clarify, what do you mean by weapons?
Well, shoes are a weapon. Just ask your mom.
Oh yeah, your mom was a sniper with that freaking flip flop. Anything she threw like was very accurate. She Yeah,
That's true.
it was crazy. I remember when she threw a phone at my uncle. You remember when she threw that phone? Dang. Oh man, I remember that. Yeah, but like when we say weapons though, like as you were asking, like I remember one of the first memories I had was we made weapons out of wood in Brandon's garage. You remember our little battle tanks we made out of cardboard and like our little wooden swords and stuff that we made out of like spare wood and gold paint and like plaster or not plaster tape. Freaking I don't remember what kind of masking tape.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that's what I remember. Yeah, because I know I want to when I leave Hawaii where I'm at, I'm probably gonna get some more guns.
Battle tank.
Yeah, but I think that's where we kind of got our fascinations with guns. Also shooting games. Like I was playing BioShock and I was like, dang, this is so much fun.
Which one are you playing? Are you playing the first or second one?
The first one. And then I'm gonna play the second one, and then I'm gonna play the third one. I'm playing the remastered ones right now.
Are you gonna beat it in one night again?
I played yesterday for 3 hours.
Get the glitched achievement.
The one I can't even never get.
Yeah. The one that we spent all night trying to get that last achievement that turned out to be glitched.
Yeah. I even remember the name. It's called Brass Balls.
Yep.
Was it complete the game without going through a Vita chamber? So like that's another one I was thinking about with like collections. Remember when we'd always used to like we'd have to get every achievement. Yeah, me and you were like you were at like 25,000 gamer score and I was like at like 22 and I was like yeah. It was so much fun.
I guess that could be considered a collection. A lot of people really take that seriously.
Yeah.
100% every game and get every achievement.
Yeah, it was like a sense of accomplishment. Or I remember it got to the point where I remember me and you were just playing online. We were playing the first Left 4 Dead. And we were checking out like some other people's like gamer scores and stuff. Like, damn, they're like in the 90,000s. And then they had like every single achievement in every game. And then we looked it up and I was like, oh, they actually have mods for that to like give you every achievement. I think that's crazy. It's like, how far do people go to like for these collections?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, achievements definitely would be a collection.
Oh yeah.
I had a lot of friends that were into that too, trying to 100% games.
Yeah, like I would consider your Fallout stuff you have, your memorabilia. That's definitely like a little collection for like a Bethesda collection. I almost bought a Pit-Boy. I almost bought a Pit-Boy the other day because they had one on sale, like the collector's edition, for like $90, and I was like, I was so excited. Like you can ask Kaylee, she saw me, my face like lit up when I saw this. I wanted it so bad. But
that reminds me. Next time you come here, I have an extra one of those Pip-Boy kits because they sent me 2 of them when I bought one somehow.
What?
Yeah, and I was gonna give it to you, but so I have one that's completely unopened. It's the one that you build. It's like the replica one.
I will definitely take that. I will definitely take that offer up because I wanted one so bad. And I got like the perfect spot on the desk to put it to.
So I ordered one and they sent it and we built it, and then for some reason I got another one. I'm not sure why.
Nice.
Bethesda.
I forgot what the company was. It's one of those replica companies that makes a bunch of Fallout replica stuff. Yeah, I guess that could be a collection too. That was.
Yeah, because you had the bottle caps, you had the game mat, you had the Pip-Boy. Did you have the helmet or no?
I bought the 76 pre-order collector's edition with the power armor helmet.
Yeah, you had the helmet. You had the anthology game. Like you had a little collection. I remember every time I would go and look into your little like video game. That little metal case you had in the corner for your like video games, and I always used to be like, "Damn, that's so cool!" Like,
I forgot about that IKEA metal case thing.
Yeah, that was really cool. But yeah, like that's another thing I like about like my collecting of shoes is when people come over and they see it and they're like, "Wow, that's actually really cool," you know, like, and they look at it and they're like. It's a conversation piece. That's what I tell people when I like wear my shoes. And they ask me like, "How could you wear $1,000 shoes?" And it's like,
that's a good point. It's like people that have artwork.
Exactly.
Same thing.
Yeah, you can. Like, like that. So I did do some research before we decided to do this. Yeah.
All right.
And one of the research things I was talking about was for this collection thing was, did you guys see the it was a piece of art. It was a banana duct taped to a wall. You guys hear about that?
No.
It
A real
sold
banana?
for it sold for thousands of dollars. I'm not even kidding you. Yeah, it was $120,000, right?
What?
Yep, it sold in Miami for $120,000. So this is kind of like when I was reading up on this, and I was like, why would somebody pay for something like that? Well, this guy was a comedian, and he decided to put it up for sale, and somebody actually saw this banana and was like, I don't know if that was a joke or they're like, I actually think this is really, really cool art. And they bought it for $120,000. And I was like, now that's a conversation piece, even though it's gonna die, and I'm pretty sure the banana died, but still.
Can't die of, obviously.
Yeah, I was just like, and it wasn't like in 2010, 2002. This was in 2019. This was 2019. This was not long ago at all. I'm gonna send it to you, but yeah, this is
So it's a banana, like a real banana, taped to a wall.
a white wall. And they're comparing it to Andy Warhol soup cans.
What? Hold on,
Yeah.
we're opening it up right now.
Yeah, but so that's when we were talking about discussion posts. Sorry, college stuff is discussion posts. But they're pieces to talk about. Even
What does
with
it mean?
was that?
What does it mean? The banana taped to the wall.
So
What meaning does it bring to you when you look
What
at
is
the art piece?
What do you feel?
well, the people who bought it knew it was blatant absurdity, but it was something to talk about, And when you're
So
proud of your
absurd to have to
collection,
have it.
yeah, it's like you can have the craziest. I kind of see it how you see crazy people, right? Like people who are they're crazy, right?
Elaborate.
So you have crazy people, right? But to some people, we just we see them as these crazy people, oh my god, there's something wrong or something going on in their head. But to other people, they're fascinating. You know what I'm saying? They're fascinating. For instance,
Yeah, yes. So can
I
I
was-
buy a crazy person and hang them on my wall?
no, this isn't no splicing in this world, Brandon. Not yet. No splicers yet.
No, that's pretty interesting. They're pretty fascinating.
Oh yeah.
That could be its own episode, okay?
Yeah. Me and Brandon talk about games this time. That's a whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do another one. I'd be down.
A different one.
But yeah, another it's so weird because you push your what I was trying to say with the whole collection thing was so the reason why I asked Kaylee, I not asked her, I was telling her I was really into these pigeon dunks, the Jeff Staple ones, is because do you remember Jeff?
Yeah.
Jeff would not stop talking about these shoes, but the original ones, and I was like, yeah, those are really nice, and for some reason it just stuck with me, and now I have them, and I have a variant of them, and I decided to wear them one day, and people were like, how much are those? I'm like, oh, they're $600. They're like, why would you wear $600 shoes to work? It's just well, I'm not gonna wear them anywhere else, and I'm not doing anything too crazy at work. And they're like, well, why do you wear them? Because of this right there. You're talking to me about it. You're asking me. And then I told him the backstory behind it. And he was just that's actually really fascinating. And I'm actually glad you had share this little moment with me and talk to me. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly why I like to do it.
All right, this is what I was talking about in the intro, about how we decided to drink for this episode. And at this point, if it's not apparent already, I may have possibly started drinking a little too much. At least for me. The other two are perfectly fine. Anyways, at this point, we stopped to take a break and set up some shots. Honestly, I'm probably overthinking it per usual, but I can't help it. This episode was definitely a struggle to edit, and I just wanted to pop in here to let you know why we changed subjects all of a sudden. All right, you guys, let's get back into it.
No,
What are you drinking?
So for all these people, I am drinking grapefruit soju. It's very delicious, but it will hit you hard if you're not paying attention.
I'm having bullet bourbon.
Bullet bourbon and
Tanqueray.
Tanqueray gin.
That's how you
Nice. Bullet bourbon, that's good. That's a sipping bourbon.
Oh, I thought it was a chugging bourbon.
Hey, whatever gets you to point A to point B, you know?
Mm.
All right.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers, him noi me noi. All right, I'm ready whenever you guys are.
Let's play. We can do let's
The
play.
next one, Kaylee can pick the subject.
Okay, what would you want to do? Oh, I know. I got one. Come here, fool. Tattoos.
That's actually funny because my research paper is going to be about tattoos and discrimination in the workplace.
There you go. Ooh, that's a good.
That's a good one.
good.
That's a really good one. Hey, mark that on the calendar. That's very good.
Okay.
Look at you being all smart. But yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Let's talk to that one. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out when to go home. I'm thinking either October or I think we should be good to go by Christmas this year. So I'm gonna try to go home for Christmas.
Nice. Are you both coming or?
She's moving back to California in end of September, early October, and then I'll be in San Diego next year. We'll see. Hopefully I'll get to meet her. She's really nice. She's nice, but her arm looks like a gym locker.
What does that mean?
I just like to make fun of her because she's so tiny and she looks so innocent, but she has like a full sleeve.
Tattoos are normalized now.
Yeah. I mean, I got a rainbow pineapple on me, and then I got this one on my wrist. I don't even think y'all have seen it.
I have this one right here.
The mole you ripped off?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm trying to convince Brand to get a tattoo.
I say only get it if you know you really want it.
Yeah, it has to be something. I'm just really particular about that. It has to be something.
Well, me and you can match, Brandon. I'll get a yellow triangle right here, and then mine will be power. You can get courage, and then Dalton can get the other one. I forget what it's called. I forget it. Wisdom. It's wisdom. Yeah. Dalton can get wisdom. I can get power, and you can get courage.
Maybe,
what color is that?
Maybe Dalton can have courage. I'll take wisdom.
Okay, that works too.
Yeah.
We can all get like little Triforce tattoos, something.
That'd be so cute.
Speaking of Dalton, I hear he's collecting ducks now.
Yeah. So like,
Yeah, inviting him to his podcast.
Yeah, sounds like he's got his ducks in a row.
I forgot. We'll do the podcast with Dalton. He's an interesting person.
Oh, he's very interesting. We should have invited. We could have did you should just do a whole family one because Leia likes to like collect vinyls and all that stuff, and then
we could do a family one.
That'd be fun. That'd be great.
I have a lot of Louis podcasts, so
we should have Brandon on too.
In this podcast a lot.
Soccer.
Yeah,
we can do video games. We can do like a whole video game one, or like
a video game podcast would be fun. With our gaming group, talk about
stuff.
Yeah, I'll have a segment on video games, just all together.
So, Mia, I have a question for the host.
Okay, what's up?
So, I know you say you don't really collect a lot of stuff, but I feel like you do collect a lot of equipment to be crafty. Would you consider that something a part of your collection? Because do you have I saw you had a Cricut, right?
I have a Silhouette Cameo 4 exactly, not a Cricut.
Okay, I had to clarify. Had to clarify. You got equipment for your podcast. Like, you have a lot of artsy stuff that makes you like. Would you consider that collection or just like a hobby? But a hobby is like a collection.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. How like your hobby is a collection. Because I do have a lot of crafty stuff. I have a ton of crafty stuff. I have a lot of silhouette cameo stuff, like the blades and like the different blades for it, and like different materials you can use for crafting. And I was thinking, is that a collection? Would you consider that a collection?
I would say because it's like you're using it to like it's like a hobby to make stuff. And I know people have collections of like, this is my paintbrush for this is my paintbrush for this is my paintbrush for that, and you're using that to build art, but they're like, yeah, this is part of my collection,
If you made it this far into the episode, first of all, thank you for sticking around and enduring that awful audio. Second, at this point in the podcast, Patty was showing us his shoe collection, which I thought didn't make that great of a segment on a podcast for obvious reasons, of course. Also, I wanted to apologize in advance for the tapping. You can thank Patty for that. But I eventually called him out on it, so bear with us. It will stop. All right, so we're cutting to us talking about what Patrick is doing in terms of social media. For some background info on this, sometime last year, Patty was talking about being interested in doing a podcast and or a YouTube channel. So I just wanted to know if he was still interested in doing that. I will plug Patty's Instagram page, though, if you're interested in knowing more about him and his collection. It's at DeGuzzo, DeGuuzo. I'll add it to this description also, so definitely go and give him a follow.
What are you doing, social media wise?
Oh, social media. Geez, that has been my Achilles heel right now. Like, I don't post on Instagram as like post, but I'll post like stories, and then I'll update my story chains on my like page. But I don't post because everything people use nowadays, they try and use it against you, and it literally could be anything.
What do you mean they use it against you?
Let me give you an example. So I had a picture. So you've seen this tattoo on my wrist, right? And you know where it's from, right?
Yeah, Bioshock.
Okay, it's from Bioshock. And if you know what Bioshock is, it's a game. I also talk about it in the podcast we did before. But one of the biggest sayings in that whole game was, a man chooses, a slave obeys. So I had a picture of it posted of me with my fist of my tattoo, and somebody had DM'd me saying that, oh, you got slave on your body, you support this, and this. And then that's why I just kind of stopped posting after that. I didn't answer to him because I know how I am, but I didn't answer it, and I was just like, that's kind of
no point in answering anyways.
Yeah, it hit me, but I do want to make a YouTube channel, and I just want it to be literally about anything. It doesn't have to be one specific thing. But before I do that, I already have a bunch of footage I need to edit for my buddy's channel, because he's starting a YouTube channel called The Endless Archives. So
I can plug that.
Yeah, once that gets up, you can plug him on his IG too. He's a good guy. He's also the guy who got me into shoes. So
okay.
But yeah, I have a bunch of footage of him and I talking, him showing people just useful facts on what to look for when dealing with shoes, how to see if things are fake, stuff like that. And I have a lot of footage I need to work with. It's been a kind of a busy time trying to figure it out.
Okay. I'm just curious, like, if you're still doing that or not. Are you still?
I really want to. Like, but the thing is about making a YouTube channel is, if I really wanted to go like big, not only do I have to have a YouTube channel and I have to be active on it every day, or like almost every other day, but I also have to get a TikTok. I have to be active on Instagram, and on Facebook, Twitter. I hate Twitter. I don't use Twitter, because I don't understand Twitter. But like, you gotta be active for all this stuff. Like I have a Twitter, but it's like I don't know how to use it, and that sounds so crazy because I'm only 25. I don't know how to use a freaking Twitter. Yeah, I feel like an old fart because I see like these 16, 17-year-olds on Twitter. I'm like, how does it work?
Could do Let's Plays.
Yeah, let's play.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We should
I mean-
do a game.
We could do
A game
Phasmophobia.
Yeah, okay. Are you gonna do YouTube or are you gonna do like a podcast?
Honestly, I wouldn't mind talking. I like talking, so I wouldn't mind doing a podcast and probably doing some YouTube stuff. I actually posted some videos of us playing Minecraft on Twitch.
Oh, really?
I did, and I had 10 people watching me one time because I had it playing for Aiden, and 10 people were watching me, and I'm like, oh, who are these people? Because like I only know Aiden was on there, but people were watching me and talking. I was like, oh shoot, people are actually enjoying our content. So I
Hey,
was like,
what's
that's
that
pretty cool.
noise?
What noise?
Are you like playing with a can?
No. This?
Yeah, what is that?
Oh, I was tapping the mic stand.
Oh, don't do that. Oh my god. Don't do that.
I got
See, that's the
fidgety.
thing. Okay, when I start doing podcasts, I'm just like, okay, the viewers won't know this, but do you see in the camera? You see
Yeah, you got a
this
fidget cube. Yeah, you got a fidget
Yeah,
cube.
okay, so I
have
got
one
a fidget
too.
cube. You know why I got this?
So you don't touch the.
Yeah, because I keep touching the mic and I keep making these noises. I don't know
Yeah,
if you hear.
I can hear the little rustling.
Yeah, so I can hear that when you play with your little mic and you're like making noises. So I bought this fidget cube on Amazon because I'm like, I fidget a lot. Like I make a lot of noise. So I bought this fidget cube so I wouldn't make that noise. But Patty, I can hear every time you pat on that microphone.
I'm over here tapping it like I'm not even tapping it lightly. I'm like tapping it hard, like I'm just like just like trying to keep my feet.
If you're gonna do this, if you're gonna make it big on YouTube or podcast or on a podcast, get yourself a fidget cube because I can hear that shit.
Yeah.
I can hear.
I mean.
You got the YouTube video because this is recording.
Well,
I
it's
don't
smaller
know.
than I thought
I'll
it was.
think about it.
I thought it was bigger.
Oh wait, no, you're on parts. I won't show it because they can't see you.
Yeah, this is Reginald.
Yeah.
I got him at the Jurassic Park tour in Kahlua Ranch.
Yeah, so to all the viewers, Patty has a little dino, what's it called? A
I
puppet.
got a little dinosaur rubber hand puppet named Reginald Jaw. That's his name. Yes, Sir Reginald Jaw of the Kahlua Ranch.
Yeah, any podcasters trying to make it big or subconscious about their little podcast episode, definitely.
Self-conscious?
Yeah, self-conscious. Definitely get yourself a fidget spinner or something because I fidget a lot and I fidget with the little what's it called?
Wire.
The little wire and the little cable that goes with your headset and your setup, and you can hear it. So I play with it a lot. So I bought this fidget spinner so I could play with, and there's supposed to be like settings and stuff where you can't hear it. So I play with it when I do interviews with people because I can't help it. I have to play with something or move my hands or something or whatever. But anyways.
back to the topic thing. I feel like low key I don't think I can be a hoarder in some ways in the collecting of things. Like I like to have a lot of different things whatever I do. Like I have a lot of electronic stuff. I have a lot of clothes, a lot of shoes, a lot of activities. Like I have a skimboard, boogie board, had a surfboard and longboard. I have all this stuff. I think I might be a hoarder, guys. Nah, I have it controlled. It's just
if you can still walk around your house, I think you're fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
That's my rule of thumb.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, when in doubt, if you can walk around the house, you're good.
Yeah. As long as you've got little like a 20-inch pathway to every room, you'll be fine.
20-inch.
Yeah, there's a lot of space over here. Oh man, like because a lot the biggest influence for this collection is just like wanting to spend like the funds to do these things or the time, because it was a lot of effort, a lot of talking, a lot of negotiating to get all these shoes. Like for instance, the biggest way to get shoes for like retail here is raffling. You go to stores, you get tickets, they call you if your ticket gets pulled, and you go and you buy the shoes. And like for instance, on Saturday, I had just won a raffle for a shoe. Excuse me, sorry. I just got pointed at. Never mind, sorry. I'm not the lucky one. She's the lucky one at getting my size in any shoe I need. Like she's always getting the raffles, and me, I just like, dang, because I put in for her size too, but she always seems to win it for me. So now the predicament I'm in is she won me a pair of shoes that everyone's gonna want, but I had already ordered these shoes months ago, and so I'm gonna have two pairs of the same shoe.
So you
it's
can
like
sell one and keep one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Keep one.
Exactly. One's an 11, one's a 10.5, and it's a 4. So like, I had paid for the 11, the size 11 for a little bit extra, and then now I'm getting this 10.5 for retail. So it's like, it's a lot of gambling too when it comes to this, or trying to collect all like. Another thing I see about it, like gambling, or a big influence of me collecting is whenever we play like games like Fallout 3 or like Fallout New Vegas, we had to get every single named weapon.
Oh yeah, that's
Every
fun.
single one. That was like, the adventure was so much fun to do. And
That makes me realize now why they put that stuff in the game. People love that. Like, I love doing that, like collecting all the unique items and stuff.
yeah, the only thing
Or
that
like
killed it
when they
for
put
me,
Easter eggs in games and you just have to find every single one.
yeah, it's just like it's like a satisfaction that's necessary for me to keep playing the game. You know, you got all these little things like, oh, if I do it this specific way, I get this. If I do it this way, I get this.
So would you say that like someone who loves collecting is also a completionist in some way, or they're tied together?
I could say they're tied together, because like I don't think my collection will ever be perfect or complete, because they're always releasing stuff like on the daily, you know. Like there's so many apps on your phone you can look at for things to be released, and then there's so many like stuff you can pick up. It's just crazy. Like,
Yeah, but isn't it weird how when you're really into something like that, you're always looking for the next thing to complete your collection, but it's never going to be complete, but you just tell yourself that. Because I get that way.
Yeah, the hardest question that people ask me is, what are you gonna do with your shoes when you get old? You know, like, are you gonna like keep your collection forever? Are you gonna give it to people? Like, what's your plan in this collection? And honestly, I feel like I'm gonna collect forever. And as I told you earlier, and I told the people listening earlier, I started heavy collecting in September of 2020. It's July 2021, and I'm at like 30 to 40 pairs of shoes. Like,
yeah, who cares what you do with it?
Yeah, it's such a short span. Yeah, and if I keep
the rest of your life, then go for it.
Yeah, if I keep doing that and I get 50 pairs of shoes for the rest of my life, I'm only 25. Imagine how many pairs of shoes I'll have by the time I'm like 50. If I keep doing this, I'll probably have a whole room dedicated to just shoes.
You got more than a room.
Yeah. I've seen this guy has $1 million collection, and he has a room dedicated to his shoes. And instead of seeing the wallpaper, all you do see is shoe boxes. his wallpaper is shoe boxes, and he has it like formed to where his windows are like he has shoes wrapped around his window, like meaning that it's like it makes a perfect archway. And I'm
what
like,
you could do is you could buy a Foot Locker,
mm-hmm.
put all your shoes in, get rid of the stock, put all your shoes in it, but never actually sell anything.
Buy like a Foot Locker
store. Yeah, just get a Foot Locker store.
Make it into like a art gallery, a shoe gallery.
Oh yeah, and then you can charge people.
Yeah, like $5 to come in, and then one day I might feel lucky and be like, hey, you know what? I feel like selling this pair. And then somebody who wants it, just sell it.
That could be like a thing. You know, people will come in every day. You know, they'll be waiting in line every day, and they'll be like, oh man, I hope he decides he wants to sell this pair today. If I'm lucky.
Exactly. I'd have to get really, really big because like some of the YouTubers I watch, every time they post something, it's like everything they sell is just like gone instantly, and I'm like, dang, that's not even like a crazy shoe, but it has his story behind it and his following behind it, so everybody wants it, you know? Yeah, I think collecting is a big part of my life right now. I think it's gotten worse because of COVID, mostly because we stayed indoors and there's not really much to do but go out and like get stuff here, because when COVID was going on, we had to stay. We couldn't go like inside that much to like eat or not eat. We couldn't like eat in restaurants and stuff. We couldn't really go to the beach that often. So like a lot of the time it was just me looking and buying shoes. If that makes
could
sense.
be advantageous though, because what I've been thinking over the last year is anytime I want to buy something that's of value or that may potentially grow in value, I'm thinking, well, maybe I should buy it this year, 2020, because in the future, everyone will remember this year, and things from this year will become of value in the future because they'll say, hey, this is a 2020 era, you know, whatever item this is. And that was during this crazy time in the world, and will increase the value, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So if you have like a 2020 made shoe, it'd be like a COVID era shoe or something, you know, and it might be worth 25 or 30% more than a 2021 model of whatever it is.
It's funny you say that because I'm about to show you guys something. And okay, so this is it's a Nike SB Dunk. It came out in, let me find the year. I don't want to give them the wrong year. When was the release date? Actually, it didn't release. That's the thing. But there was pairs that were taken out. It's called the Strawberry Cough, right? And so this shoe never really released. But sales of it are going upwards of like $1,500. And it was very controversial. This is what I heard. I could be wrong. This is what I heard from a few YouTubers I've watched. A lot of people didn't want to sell it was because it literally came out right around like COVID, and they didn't want to associate it with COVID. This is what I heard from people. I could be wrong. This is what I heard from the YouTubers.
Crying out
loud. Yeah. So people didn't want to like affiliate that. Yeah, but in the future, when COVID goes away, because it will go away, because I'm ready for things to go back to normal. Wishful thinking. But in the future, when because this thing wasn't released that much, this is gonna probably be a good $5,000, $6,000 shoe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Like 5 years.
Exactly. And it's also a very interesting colorway too. And like a lot of people they like these outlandish shoes, you know, like there's this one that I show you guys now. It's called the Strange Loves, and it's pink. It is pink, like it's pinker than pink, and it's felt and it's made out of like this, like I call it like this. I don't know how to put it. It's called it's like a velvet suede. But
no mind Patty's typing.
Sorry guys, but this thing is like I showed it to you. It's pink.
Ooh. Like a strawberry sherbet.
Yeah, it's pink. It's called Strange Loves, and these things go for like $1,200.
Oh yeah, it's pretty nice.
And it's such an outlandish color, but they're just personally, this is one of the pairs I really want to get. But this is like one of those things that it's also a collab with one of this artist, but it's like such an outlandish color, but it's so nice that everybody wants it, and that's kind of how I see the strawberry coughs going. Maybe one day. Yeah, it's kind of like you never know what's gonna be.
It. I would get it.
Exactly. And then you got stuff like this. Sorry, I'm gonna.
Sorry, people in the podcast who's just listening.
Clickety clackety. I'm gonna keep tippity tappity. And then you got stuff like this that it's like you think it would be a lot because it's behind a very, very like known like Latin artist. Yeah, J Balvin. He's a Latin artist. His music's pretty good. At least I like it. It's very dancey. But like you would think this would like I thought this was gonna like I thought this shoe was gonna go for like at least 2 bands, but it's only going for like 400, 500 right now, which I think is crazy. So like you never know what's gonna be hot and what's gonna be a not. So it's like it's such a gamble with this shoe. It's like buying. It's kind of like buying stocks in a sense, because you never know what's gonna go up. But I will say this shoe is gonna definitely go up in like a few years when more pairs get worn and less pairs are available. Because this came out December last year.
Okay.
But yeah.
So for the listeners, will you send us pictures of your shoe collection?
Oh well,
Yeah.
Oh, of course, but it's nothing too crazy to jump out your seat about. But it's definitely a big collection for. I'm more proud of how like I set up the living room, honestly, than actually like I'm proud of. I like the shoes. I like the shoes in the corner, but I like the way I set it up.
So okay. So for without the shoes, okay. Say that money isn't an option.
Mhm.
What would you collect? What would you want to collect if money wasn't an option?
You really wanna know what I would collect if I could?
Yeah, if money was an option, whatever you want to do, Patty, what would your collection be?
Honestly, and this might surprise you, art. Like hype art, but nothing too crazy like Supreme there's too much Supreme. Like I've seen some art like for instance, so I'm gonna clickety clackety real quick. Give me a second, guys. I don't want you to hear the tip tap tappity tap.
Okay.
All right, so what I just posted it to them, it's a rug. It's a Virgil Abloh rug that says it says keep off on it, and I think this is one of the coolest pieces of art I've seen in a while. And a lot of his stuff is really, really cool because it's interesting. Like, it's different. It's not like a lot of his stuff is just like he has a rug that goes for $3,000. It's a red rug, but in quotations, it says blue in the middle. And I don't know what about it, but it just speaks to me.
So this is Virgil
Abloh. He makes the Off-White shoes. Yeah, he owns Off-White.
All right.
Yeah, he has all these different artworks, and I just think this is kind of like the art I like. It's different. Like I would hang up a rug on a wall and be like, this is it. Like this, I like this kind of art or KAWS. I do like the KAWS artworks. I like Banksy's too. I would probably collect a lot of fine art and put it up on the wall or hype art too.
Yeah, I agree. For me, I love Audrey Kawasaki and let's see, what's a good one? Let me clickety clackety.
Clickety clackety, let's get tappity.
So another good one is Joyce Lee. Joyce Lee is a great one, but that's a little NSFW, if you will. Patty, you like what's the name?
I like one of the artists I like is Virgil Abloh.
Brandon, what are you doing?
For art?
Yeah, for art. What's your favorite artist?
I don't really have a favorite artist.
What are you sharing with us?
I'm a peasant who doesn't know anything about art. My art, or
you know, it'd be very cool, Brandon, and I think Mia would get on top of it if we got some guns and some guns, right? And you try to draw something out of shooting.
I've drawn a smiley face before.
Exactly. And I think, honestly, if you did that and you put it like on a piece of sheet metal and I was able to like sand it down to where it doesn't poke holes in my wall, I would hang it up on my wall. Because I think in my opinion, that's cool art. It's something you've done and it's an experience. And I think that would be something cool to hang up on the wall. Literally, like, I think that's cool art to me, personally. I visualize that as something that I would actually like love to see. Like, I have a picture of a skeleton. It's a little tapestry of a skeleton going like this, and his name is Richard. And it's funny. I call him Richard, and I hang him up. People are like, yeah, that's Richard. He's kind of a dick, you know. And it's funny. It's a little humorous, and I just think that's the kind of stuff I like to hang up. Like if they're like, oh, what's that smiley face for? I'm like, oh, my cousin shot that out for me, and he shot out. He used these rounds and used this rifle, and I just think it's a pretty cool thing. You know, just stuff like that, stuff to talk about.
Oh, I'll make you one.
Yeah, I'll definitely hang it up on my wall too.
Are you gonna get this rug that never gets dirty?
The rug that never gets dirty, the one you don't step on. Step in the holes.
Never get dirty.
I would get so much anxiety trying to make sure I don't step in the wrong hole.
All right, Pat, anything else you want to say about collection? We talked about why you collect what you collect and why do you like collecting them and all that good juicy stuff. What are you going to do with your collection when you get older and like time for retirement?
We talked about that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, me and Brandon. Yeah.
What's in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, we talked about it, but I could elaborate a little bit more on it. So
Okay.
the biggest issue I had about the biggest concern I had getting into collecting is like what would I do with my collection as I got old? And my friend Jessica, who I brought up earlier, who has been collecting since she was in middle school, told me, she's like, give it to your kids. And I honestly think that that's probably what I would do because I like them and I want them to be a part of my life because I like my shoes. But I just think it's a hard thing to answer because yes, I can give it to the kids. I can sell them for money. I can flat out donate them to somewhere if I really need to get rid of them. But honestly, I don't know what I'm gonna do with all these shoes later on. I want to keep them. We'll just have to see how this goes in time, to be honest.
Okay, yeah, that's a good answer.
Because I still have stuff I have like a memory box, I guess you can say, that I've had since I was like in first year of middle school, like my 6th grade. It has stuff all the way back from there. And I haven't gotten rid of it, and I don't plan on getting rid of it, and I've added to it too. So it's like I don't know when I'm going to get rid of this thing or when I'm going to get rid of that. It's like, I don't know. It's weird. It's a hard question to ask.
So for listeners, Patty's in the Navy. So my question is like, how do you deal with having collection but also being in the Navy where you have to be like deployed at any place at any time,
So since, like I said, my momentum of collecting has started last year and everything was kind of put on hold. I've actually talked to fellow active duty members about how they go about transferring or dealing with their collections. Some say when they go on deployment and they know they're coming back, they go to storage. When we leave, when we do like pack out when the military pays for us to like move, I had one of the buddies I was talking to who collects sneakers was telling me that he used to just have the military pack it out for him, but he would pre-stage and pack everything himself, but then he would invest in like the amount of money he had paid for all the shoes. He would pay for it in insurance. Like he'd insure every single shoe, put every single ECN, blah, 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 everything. Like he would label everything, put it on a list, like a manifest kind of thing, and he would give it to his insurance company and be like, all right, because he had like hundreds of pairs of shoes. So that's how he did it. But then this time he was telling me he wanted to try it where he shipped it out himself. Like he like packed it all himself and shipped it to his next place before he got there. And he told me that costed him a lot of money. So like, if I go on deployment and I know I'm coming back, I'm putting it in the storage, but I'm going to make sure the storage is like, well, key controlled and stuff like that. obviously cover all my stuff. But like if I'm leaving, it's the biggest question on whether or not I want to spend the money to ship it myself, or I want to just pack it out and do the manifest of insurance and make sure I get my money back for all that stuff if it gets lost. So I'm probably going to just pack it and then get insurance and get more insurance on it. So I think that's what I'm going to do.
So once you're done with the Navy, do you want to come back home?
Personally would love to go back to SAC. Like I would love to go there because everybody's there, and I feel like I've missed out on a lot of things in the family. But obviously it depends on obviously how I'm doing in my relationship. Because she said she's willing to come to SAC. Obviously we gotta have to play it by time, and play it by ear. I'm probably gonna end up doing 20, and then I'm gonna get out and go to work, and then hopefully.
Because you get to retire after that, right?
Yep, I'm hoping I can get more shoes.
Oh, geez, Patty.
Honestly, this is the thing that I was saying though. I will probably stop collecting shoes when I get the one pair of shoes that I want. And there's only one pair of shoes in existence that I personally like. If I get this shoe, I think I might be done. It's only because, one, it's an expensive shoe. Two, it's very clean. And three, it's like one of them. It's I'll post a picture of them, but here comes a clickety clackety. But it's called the M&M Carhartt Force. They go for like 5 figures. The lowest ask in a size 11. You can buy a pair for $99 million.
Oh my God.
That's only because the person who's selling them probably can't figure out a bid to put on them, or he really doesn't want to sell them unless somebody actually gives him that unreasonably high pay. But they are so nice, in my opinion. And I love M&M too, so it's like it's just a cool shoe, and if I get this, I would probably stop collecting shoes. I would trade my whole collection for.
Oh, M&M the wrapper, not the candy.
Yeah, the wrapper.
So plain.
What?
Yeah,
It looks plain.
Nice.
They're made out of Have you ever had a?
Is that real metal on the lace catches?
So I've never seen him in person, and I've only seen him in video, so I couldn't tell you. But I would assume no, because metals are laces, but I'm not entirely sure. I couldn't tell you.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right. It's probably not actually metal, but it still looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Have you ever worn a Carhartt jacket or seen a Carhartt shirt, Brandon?
No.
Yeah, I've worn a Carhartt jacket, and my shoes are Carhartt.
Yeah, so these shoes are made out of that material.
My work boots are Carhartt, and they're the best work boots I've ever had.
These this material on it is made out of Carhartt, and on the back of the right shoe is the M&M's Notorious backwards E, and then on his left shoe it's the Slaughterhouse logo, and I think it's hands down one of the best shoes in my opinion. And I think that'll be my end goal if I get this shoe. But if I get this shoe, I might be at a place to where I'm so financially okay that I don't need to worry about it.
Yeah.
Like I'll even get this shoe in a size. I'll get this shoe in a size that's not even my size. I will never wear this shoe. I will put it on display because it would be a nice shoe. Like they have a size 12 going for $12,000 right now.
Yeah.
I would buy that size 12 and just put it up on like rotation just to show it off. I probably wouldn't wear it, to be honest.
So to end this podcast, what advice do you have for people who want to start their own collection?
Any collection or shoes?
Just do it.
Yeah, whatever.
Just do it.
Okay,
Honestly,
Brandon's opinion is just do it.
Because they're Nike.
Yeah, that's a good one, Brandon. He's not lying though. If you want to start a collection and you feel passionate about something or you're curious about something, just fucking do it. Like really, like I didn't think I was gonna be this far into my collection just for like me starting throughout a year, but honestly, if you love something or if you want to get into something and you think you would genuinely like something, just do it. And that doesn't even go for just collecting. Just like if you want to just get anywhere in life, just you got to do it. Go out and do it, and you'll achieve more than you think. Obviously, sometimes you'll go down, but in reality is if you keep doing it and doing it and doing it, then you'll have to go. You'll get somewhere. So I just say if you're gonna start collecting something or if you're gonna start doing something, just go out and do it.
Just do it.
And this is my little thing, my pet peeve. Don't sell the first pair of shoes you ever get. Because when somebody asks you what was the first pair of shoes you get, and you have thousands of pairs later and you remember that shoe, like why would you get rid of like the thing that started it all?
So you're saying like not just shoes, just anything that someone's collecting.
Anything in general. Like the thing that starts your collection should be the thing that's like gets you the most excited. Like I still have my white mids and they are beat, but they're on the shelf right now. And they will forever be on that shelf, and I'll never get rid of them.
That's absolutely true.
All right.
Just
fucking do it.
Just do it. Just do it, everybody.
Just do it, Mr. Slave. No Nike affiliation.
Brandon, do you have a last thing to say?
See you later.
See you later. You have any advice to people who want to collect stuff?
I already said, just do it.
All right, just do it.
Nike said it better than I did.
And that's why they make the big bucks.
You're absolutely right.
So thanks, everyone. Thanks, you guys.
Tell your friends. Put the follows. Let's get her up to 2,000.
All right, thanks for making it to the end. Hope the audio wasn't too unbearable. Luckily, Patty did most of the talking, so that definitely was helpful. That's what I get for drinking during an episode. Anyways, if you enjoy what you hear and want to stay up to date on the show, please follow me on Facebook and or on Instagram. You can also check out my website at thetalkativeintrovertpodcast.com. All the information will be on there as well as in the show notes. If you want to help support the show, please review and rate the podcast and share it with your friends and family. Thanks so much, and I'll talk to you guys in the next episode.